What's going on, world? Back one more again. Debate from the Great State, episode number 9. Checking back, keeping this thing rolling. Hey, like and subscribe, hit that bell button, get the notifications. Listen to that live stream on Facebook, YouTube, man. Check, so make sure y'all like and subscribe. Hey, I got my partners with me again. What's up, y'all?
What's happening?
What's been shaking around y'all parts, man?
I've been shaking, but the goddamn white devil had to talk to the man again.
I see you, Ant. I see you, Ant. I see you. What's up with you, Chris?
Hey man, same old. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to keep it smooth. How you boys be doing?
I feel you, man.
Like
and hey, I feel you. And hey, so we got another one of the partners from the crib, man. Partner Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might hear us refer to him as Fry Daddy on this thing, because that's what we know him, man. He the Fry Daddy, man. So what's up, Ryan? What's up, Fry?
What's happening, man? Slow motion with the potion, trying to get with the ocean, baby. You know how it is. Dealing with a feeling, baby.
I feel you, man. I feel you. But hey, we got a good show for y'all lined up today. Some good, interesting topics and stuff going on in this world we live in. So before we jump into all that, I know Ann, you done showed us what you sipping on. What you sipping on, Chris?
I had to do it again, man. Support the black folk, man. Uncle Nearest.
Got your Uncle Nearest.
Uncle Nearest.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Friday, you got you something over there?
Man, I'm over here on this Miller High Life. You can't see the bottle, but I got this hand dog. You know what I mean? And then got a little bit of this do it fluid.
Already, do it fluid.
I got you. Hey, and you know me, man. You know, I had the I think I had the regular hen last week, so I had to go ahead and come down with the VSOP one this week. So that's what I'm sipping on. So as we always do, open this thing, go with that good old shot. And you know what? We toasting the number 4, man. Toasting the number 4.
Hey, number one,
man.
That's what we toasting number 1 for me, but 4 for the fellas.
I got you. Tap, fellas.
Salute.
Ooh, that's true.
All right, so let's go ahead and get it in this thing, man. I know y'all done seen all in the news and on social media and stuff. You know, Killer Mike opens up that bank for us, people of color. He opened up that bank for us. So, Chris, if you don't mind, let's go ahead and get into that video, man, and get to it.
Rapper Killer Mike's plans to launch a new digital bank. It's in partnership with Atlanta's very own Andy Young and media executive Ryan Glover. New at 5, we bring you the message behind this move and the need it hopes to serve.
I want to think black.
There's Black History Month.
Be black, act black.
And then there's Killer Mike, a man who celebrates it 365. Tell us about Greenwood. Now, this man is on a mission to bridge the generational wealth gap by building a digital bank, hoping to fit the needs of people of color.
But there needs to be a banking institution that understands the unique perspective of African Americans, the unique perspective of other minorities, and is willing to take the risk, a secure risk, but willing to take the risk to lend us the capital we need.
Greenwood is named after the historic Black community in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that would be referred to as the Black Wall Street, a thriving business district that served as a pillar of hope. It was burned to the ground in a deadly massacre that crippled the community. Killer Mike says that in order to reclaim the soul of this nation, Black communities must first reclaim the power of the Black dollar.
But what happens if I turn my dollar with Naima, with one of my brother and sister? That dollar stays in our community and it enriches everyone. It provides jobs, good services.
To bring his vision to life, Killer Mike is working alongside several business partners, including media executive Ryan Glover and civil rights leader Andy Young, someone that Killer Mike says continues to teach him about the power of collaboration and cooperation among people of all backgrounds.
So Greenwood Bank does not mean without white people. It does not mean without greater society. It does not multing anyone out. It is simply saying we understand the specific needs for Blacks and the Latino X crowd, and what we're going to do is cater to those needs and give people an opportunity to get an economic step so that they can find some equality and equity in this country.
All right, so there you have it, man. Just to start it off, and I know we all got a little piece to put in it, but just to start it off, I think that this is a good move. I really like the name, being synonymous with the history of Greenwood, and what that the whole Tulsa and Greenwood thing was for people of color and Black people back in the day before it was burnt down. I think that's just the surface level part of it, but what y'all fellas think about that?
I think it's a great thing, man. Like, I think us as Black people, we have so much buying power, but at the end of the day, we don't really realize that we spend our money on so much frivolous shit and not the things that we make other people rich instead of making ourselves rich. Like, we quick to support Gucci, Prada, Fendi, all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Wells Fargo, even though they didn't have multiple lawsuits, we still support their ass. I think that's a good thing, that it's something for us. You know what I mean? Like, if this is a whole nother conversation, but us as Black people, if we could come together on one accord for something, if it's anything, it got to be finances, because our money, our purchasing power is so powerful. But the thing is, we don't retain the dollar. Our dollar, you know what I'm saying, circulates within our community for what, 2, 3, 4 days, and then it's gone. Vice versa, other nationalities, they should circulate for at least a week. So I think this is a good opportunity, you know what I mean, for just to keep it Black retained.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Roy, you spent some time up there in Chicago, bro.
Yeah.
I was up there with you for a little while. One of the things I noticed when I was up there is we went through a whole fucking economic community neighborhood that was all Arab. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Every business was an Arab business. And it wasn't
Yeah.
like just shops and restaurants and shit. They had banking institutions and shit. And then you go to another community, it's Jewish. And then you go to the Asian community. When I was in San Diego, it was the same thing. Friday, you up on the north side of Dallas, I know you see it, the Asians, they been and had that whole little area up there here.
I mean, the Arabs too, same shit.
The
And that's another problem. They come in and it's like they take over the Black community.
I don't
Meanwhile, we still sitting on the outside.
And I don't think it's so much they take over the Black community. I mean, there's definitely an argument for that. But like businesses that they own and control in the Black community. But I'm just talking about shit that they have that's almost exclusive to them. You don't see Black folks living in these neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They keep that money retained in that neighborhood. If you want to buy some toiletries, or you want to go buy some like groceries and shit, like little shit like flour, sugar, shit like that, you go
to them.
You spend with them. Okay.
But see, the thing about it is, in our neighborhoods, we got the Arabs and the Asians.
Right.
When you ever seen a Black-owned beauty supply store, they got one out here that just popped up. Mm-hmm. But women spend over $1 billion, nigga, on weed.
Absolutely.
Why we ain't tapped into that? How is it that we let somebody else get that?
Ain't getting nothing back in return for it.
And they get nothing back in return.
And see,
we the number one purchaser for this item, but we don't sell this item.
But the thing I like about it also is the fact that it's a Black-owned bank, not just service to Black people, but it's served to look out for Black people financially where they wouldn't be looked out in any other place. So, for example, I'm a small business owner. I got a good business idea. I got a good proposal. I got all my ducks in a row. I go to Bank of America. I say, hey, I need $15,000, $20,000 small business loan so I can start my business. Either one, the loan agent is gonna jack the interest rate on me to where it's gonna be ridiculous for me to pay this damn loan off,
Or make it to where you get denied straight up.
or I get denied straight up. What I think is cool about what Killer Mike is doing is he's saying, well, okay, you come bank with us, you know what I mean? We're gonna give you some fair rates on your loan. You know,
We got a level playing field over here.
a level playing field over here. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, let's not forget the role that banks play, right? Like, what are you giving your money to the bank for? Your money's just not sitting in the bank. The bank is taking it and
They flipping your shit.
Right. They spending your shit, they investing it, they making money off of it.
All right.
I think this is
And capitalizing off of you being late.
right. And so I think this is an opportunity, man, for Black folk, and I think it could work. The only issue that I saw, because I did a little bit of homework on this before we started, it is not FDIC insured, the Greenwood Bank, which means if anything happened to that,
you said it's not?
it's not. Like you go to the website.
So you don't get that 100,000 guaranteed.
If something goes wrong with your money, you're subject to not get it back. That's my understanding based on what I've seen on the website. Now I don't know if they have some other program in place to insure the money. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to put that out there like that, but that's one of the
deterrent though.
But that's one of the things I look at when I look at investing in something financial. Like, how is my money being protected if this shit goes south?
But I got a little to add to that too when you're done about it.
Now go ahead, Ed.
Go ahead, and I got some after you, bro.
Because one thing, like I was saying, man, hell, this is a good fucking thing to do. And kind of like what Friday was saying earlier, hey, it's one thing to have the shops. Now we got the Black-owned business of a Black-owned bank to back these up.
Money is what is everything. You know, you got the money, you got everything.
Yeah. So we are getting past just having the corner stores, having that barbershop. Now we in the big house, right?
There you go.
And one thing about this, because the bank is not open ain't scheduled to open until like middle of next year, right?
January.
So we still got a little time to catch the FDIC and all that. And one important thing about this shit too is two things he's doing. Not only the first Black for Black bank, it's also he's doing. Remember, he kind of mimicking this shit like Akon is doing, making it all digital, aka no cash. You ain't caught that part.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Hold on, and what you mean by like all digital?
You know how Bitcoin going and stuff like that? It's gonna be digital. So your check, it goes to you, and it will go. Like I said, how they working it? The way I'm assuming it.
The way it's working, Friday Daddy, is not like Bitcoin. It's like it's modern. It's not a brick and mortar. You know what I mean? You're not gonna go into a bank like a hard location. Deposit.
It's like Chime.
Actually.
Okay.
USA.
It's like Chime, the bank Chime.
Like direct deposit.
Okay. Like Cash App then.
Yeah.
Cash App. What's the other one? With the Z? Zelle or whatever.
Zelle, or matter of fact, even here, any one of y'all fuck with USAA banking?
Yeah.
Realize they ain't got no.
But I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. Realize they ain't got no.
Up there.
Yeah. They ain't got no damn banks, right? Well, they got a bank, but it's ATMs when you walk in.
Okay. Damn, that's a good ass point.
You know why you bullshitting? If you do walk into a USAA and try to deposit money, they'll turn you
ATM.
Yeah, they'll take you to the ATM. Yep.
So with that being said, he's doing two things on two different fronts here. That's what he's doing. So that's why it's a great thing to do. One thing I do say about this whole situation, I'm glad it's a good look. It's a good thing. However, don't do like Akon and pay attention to who the fuck's doing shit. Because make sure whoever he getting this startup money from is some legit people, and the way he's running this is gonna be legitly ran. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's my main thing. Because there's a
Also,
whole lot of fuckery could go on, especially when you're going to a modern digital age or digital currency.
Right.
There's gonna be some bumps and bruises because that shit ain't
Exactly.
always straight. So
Right. You
that's
the
my thing.
pioneer of it.
The co-founder.
Yeah, you the pioneer of it. You the one when it's all said and done gonna say, okay, well this the reason why this shit is like this because we made it like this.
Right. So if you notice in the news report, they showed the co-founders, right? So one of the co-founders was Andrew Young, and then I can't remember the other guy, but are y'all familiar with the TV network Bounce TV?
Yeah. I know
all
about
over
that.
here.
The other dude that was in that picture with him, he started Bounce TV and he sold it for like, I think 100 mil, maybe $1 billion or something like that. So
but you know what though?
Andrew Young used to be the mayor of Atlanta. So he has some credibility with, pretty much.
I thought that name sounded familiar.
Finance, yeah, and he was a civil rights activist too. And then you got this guy who's been in business, you know what I'm saying, that ran a whole television network. I say, man, the credibility is there. My only concern is one, what is the infrastructure gonna look like with the people that's pretty much maintaining and running it? And two, the FDIC is probably my most main.
That's the main thing, bro.
But you know what though?
Is my shit insured? Am I protected? Is my money protected?
Yep.
And you know what though? I really feel like that's gonna come at the later time when it does get ready to launch and stuff. But do y'all remember United One?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
So United One was supposed to have been for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm interested to see is what's going to be the difference between, and I will admit, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on the background of United One, who started it, who the CEO is or CFO is or whatever. Like, I don't know that information, but I know that United One was being pushed through social media and pushed throughout the Black community when it first came out as a bank for us, by us. So right, like it's FUBU or something. But so I'm interested to see what the difference is going to be, what Greenwood brings different to the table to make it different from what was it called? United
One.
United One, to make it different. And I think that straight off the top, like I think that with this, the number one, that like we already mentioned before, they're getting them, getting the FDIC thing. That's gonna be the primary thing. I feel like they're gonna get it done before them because that's gonna really draw people in, especially Black folks with money, Black folks with real legit money that got their own businesses and run their own corporations and stuff like that, to bring them there. That's going to be one of the major factors right there. But on top of that, as far as, how the loans and stuff going to work, how the bank finances go, the financing going to go for houses, going to be for vehicles and, things like that. What are all going to be the different products that are going to be offered through the bank? So because from my understanding,
I think the main thing is like when you having a Black financial institution, I think one of the main points of that is to make it a fair playing field, because that's what we don't have with these other banks. Mm-hmm. Like just because our application come through, just because our name come across Black, you know what I mean, denied. Or, you know what I mean, a higher interest rate. I think, like, if you're going to have a Black bank, although it's Black owned, it's not just for Black people. It's just for the fairness of the game. You know what I'm saying? It just, I'm finna be fair with y'all. And I'm trying to be the fairest bank
I'll say this.
I could possibly be. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to capitalize off of interest and, late fees and all that, of course.
Yep.
But I'm trying to make the playing field as level as possible.
Cutting all the red tape out the way.
Exactly.
When Killer Mike was on Breakfast Club talking about it last week, he gave an example. You know, I'm down here in Georgia, so I kind of know what the local shit going on. They got this restaurant down here called Slutty Vegan. It's a vegan burger restaurant. The shit is pretty popping. Like you drive by that shit downtown Atlanta, they got a long ass line. Like motherfuckers will wait a long ass time just to get up in this motherfucker.
You said they vegan, right?
Yeah, it's vegan. It's a vegan hamburger spot. So what Killer Mike was saying,
you ever seen a fat person in that line?
Yeah. I mean the shit's legit, bro. The shit is good.
Hey, the vegan cakes be slapping too. That's how they stay fat now.
But now, man, Killer Mike was saying the girl that owns that business has a proven business model, right? She's making money, she's turning over profit. But Killer Mike said if she was to just do her business the way she's doing it, it would take her 15 to 20 years before she's finally in a position to where she can branch out and start doing franchising and shit. But Killer Mike was saying if she didn't have an infusion of cash, and I don't think she got it from because the bank wasn't open yet, she got it from somewhere else, she wouldn't have been able to open up another Slutty Vegan and start franchising out, which she did. You know,
right? Yeah. But at what rate though?
Yeah, but at what rate? I think it was like VC. It was like some venture capitalist shit. Somebody just gave us some money and say, okay, I just want this. You know what I mean? Like some people that got
right. So like basically, private investors. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else put up the money. You gotta pay that person for then, so that person can pay somebody. Right. So we gotta cut that. We gotta cut that somebody. We gotta cut that nigga out.
And see, there you go, Fry. That's the point. If Killer Mike can find another Slutty Vegan, put up the money at a fair interest rate, when they start to turn a profit, where does that money go back to?
The bank. And the community. Everywhere. It really goes everywhere. It goes. The bank get their money. The community get their money. It like everybody eats.
Okay. Now hold on, Fry. This girl proves that now she can make more money with franchise locations. She can hire people from the community. One of the people from the community working inside the branch location moves up to manager. He decides, you know what? I think I want to own one of these motherfuckers. I need some capital. Where do I get that from? Now he can go to Greenwood, get him a small business loan. You see what I'm saying? Maybe set up a partnership with Greenwood, right? To where we want to do like some McDonald's type shit. We want to set up a fucking Slutty Vegan university. You know what I'm saying? Set up a franchise program. You know what I mean? And it's already packaged for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To me, is the biggest win out of this shit.
Yeah.
And you know what, man?
But see, this is the go ahead, dog. My bad. Go ahead, my nigga.
I was gonna say that I think that they got the perfect person to be behind this. The perfect person. And you know what? I gotta give Killer Mike his props. I gotta give Killer Mike his I gotta big up him. You know, as my New York people say, gotta give him some big ups because Killer Mike has really transformed himself into being the person he is right now. With coming from his background and you know, coming up rapping with the Dungeon Family and all that kind of stuff and becoming this activist. I don't know if y'all ever watched this his little show thing on Netflix, I believe it was. You know what I mean? This dude is super humble. You know what I mean? And he's all about helping people of color and helping us out. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that they got the perfect person in, and the perfect person that's pushing it. Somebody that's been involved with the politics, who's not a politician himself. He's kind of like the poor man. I ain't even gonna say what I was finna say, but he's kind of like a Candace Owens for the hood.
Yeah, he's already.
Definitely a little bit more educated than her.
But not on that Candace. Real talk,
but not on that Candace Owens bullshit.
I'm glad you said that, dog.
Hold on.
You gotta get that.
Hold your horses, baby. Hold your horses, baby. But he's not on that Candace Owens bullshit. He's for us.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's
you know what?
difference.
Hold on. Let me stop you though, bro. I don't disagree with everything that Candace Owens has to say, bro.
We gotta get this nigga back. Hey, we gotta get Friday Daddy back. We gotta get Friday Daddy back on another episode.
I'm seriously. I'm not saying,
with you.
bro. I don't agree with everything, and I don't agree with majority she says, but I don't disagree with everything that she says, dog. I think as Black people, we gotta get out of this just because she going against the grain a little bit, just because she's speaking some truth that we don't want to hear. We got to get out of, I don't want to fuck with her because of that.
It ain't the case.
Some of them topics, she be right on the top. She be right on
riled up right now, bro.
I ain't gonna lie to you. This is the perfect one for next time.
Yeah,
this is a whole different conversation we can go with.
Friday Daddy is coming back.
But like I was saying, somebody that come from his background and to become the activist that he is in the community, then they just couldn't have had a more humble brother to head this thing up. I ain't gonna say head this thing up, but to get
people behind him.
To get people behind it, to push it the way he has, man.
Right.
And you know, and I'm just, you know, proud of him and the things that he did, and you know, in the places that he didn't win and came from, and all that kind of stuff, to be able to do something like this, like it is really truly a blessing, man. And I hope that you know, I hope that they hit all the wickets that they're supposed to hit. Excuse me. They hit all the wickets they're supposed to hit in order to maximize the clientele and people coming to the bank. So I hope that they hit those wickets, like the FDIC thing, you know, get their products and stuff, you know, under wraps. You know, hey, am I gonna be able to get a Greenwood's credit card? Am I gonna have me a cash rewards card? Am I gonna have, you know, me a platinum card? You know what I mean, with Greenwood, you know what I mean? Like, I hope they get all those products and stuff in order, and they hit all those wickets that they need to be able to compete with those big corporations, the Bank of Americas, the Wells Fargos, the Capital Ones, the TD banks, and all that kind of stuff. So
even if they just a neighborhood bank, bro. The ones that be at Walmart.
Hey, I'll say this much too. Y'all know I've been down here in Georgia for about 2 years, man. Y'all know y'all done heard me talk cold cash shit about this place. I am not feeling it. But what I will say I do admire. It's not just like T.I. definitely. Hey, look, T.I. started a fucking juice bar literally probably about 5 to 10 minutes away. Him and Tiny got a juice bar like. They stay in a nice little neighborhood, but it's still like close to the Black community out here in Stockbridge. It was like 15, 20 minutes south of Atlanta. They do a lot for the community down here, man. Like, they buying back whole fucking neighborhoods. They doing their own gentrification. They saving fucking Black businesses that are about to go under. And it's not just like the celebrities here in Atlanta. I don't know if y'all heard the story of, there's some folks down close to Macon, which is probably about an hour and a half south of Atlanta.
My partner's down there. Shout out to my nigga AJ.
Hey, they bought a whole goddamn abandoned town. The infrastructure was already built in. I'm talking water, the electrical grid, fucking all that shit. The houses, buildings, shops and shit. They pulled like 19 families came together and bought this abandoned town, and they gonna build their own little Black community down there.
I remember reading that.
The thing,
bro, listen to me, dog.
The thing
I don't know if y'all heard about that whole little, you know, put in 100, get 800 back thing that was going on.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So it ain't even about the 100 and the 800, bro. It's just about the whole concept of niggas putting in money, everybody putting into the pot, and then everybody eat off their pot. and we just can't seem to grasp that concept, bro. The Mexicans, they got that shit down packed.
I say this, Friday. They figuring that shit out down here in Georgia. Like, and Roy and Anna tell you, I talk cold cash shit about this place because this is not Texas, and this damn sure enough ain't Dallas. But the one thing I can say I admire these folks on, they black folks, the black folks out here.
They know how to come together.
Yeah, I wish Texas, I wish our folks in Texas would do the same thing. And
right, bro.
In Texas is
that shit eat me up, Chris. Real talk, that shit eat me up, bro. I just don't understand like how we just can't do it. I'm looking around, I'm looking at all these different races, and I'm like, damn, they got it. Damn, they got it. You know what I'm saying? They got it. But then I'm looking at us, and I'm like, nigga, we got it, but we ain't got it.
It's systematic.
See, Friday, that's the thing. Like, it's happening, bro. It can, look at Georgia, bro. Look at Georgia. Look at Atlanta, bro. They figuring that shit out down here. If they can figure that shit out, it might take us a minute, bro. But if they can figure,
it's gonna take us a minute.
If they can figure that shit out down here, and then we got a better fucking structure in Texas, bro. Like, our infrastructure in Texas is probably way better than it is here in Georgia.
That shit will have to start in Houston. Them niggas in Houston can come together.
Houston.
Out here in the D, we can't come together for shit, nigga. Now them niggas in Houston, you can put some shit together, nigga. For real.
You got a point. You got a point.
Every rapper in Houston got put on, nigga. Every single one of them niggas.
Hell, I think
we got the most talent here, bro.
Much times I do that motherfucker. Hey, yo.
We talking about a motherfucking Yellow Beezy, and no disrespect to them niggas, Yellow Beezy and Mo 3. Out of all the talent, nigga, out this bitch, that's the main two.
And you know what's crazy? Both of them niggas is really talented, but they beefing. It's like, yo,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Y'all from the same city, bro.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, "Say my nigga, we could really come together and get some money, nigga." Them Houston niggas doing it.
Controversy sales.
But you know what?
Don't even get started.
But you know what though? But you know what though? To wrap this subject up, man, because I know we can go on and on with this stuff, bro.
That's the first topic. We got to get to the next.
Hey, but you know what though? To speak on that briefly, a lot of that stuff goes into the whole systematic thing of of what's been going on between us and and what's been instilled in us and stuff like that. And it's just it's this systematic thing is gonna come up again in another topic. So stay tuned for it or whatnot because it's gonna come up in another topic.
I'm gonna hold my comment then.
Y'all stay tuned and y'all watch and see where it comes back up at. But I'm really looking forward to see, and this is my last thing about the Greenwood Bank and Killer Mike. The following that Killer Mike has and the people that respect him, not only in the city of Atlanta where a lot of money is and where there's a lot of very influential people around the country and stuff like that. I just can't wait to see those individuals, those artists, those celebrities, those actors, and those people who are Black like us, who rock with him, bring that money to that bank and get this thing off the ground and get it going in the direction it needs to go. But like I said, we can go on and on about this topic and stuff, and I'm pretty sure that this is gonna come up again, and we're gonna reference this episode, in one of those other topics and stuff. But this is one of those things that can go on and on and on and on. So hey, big ups to Killer Mike and the Greenwood Bank and those other individuals that kept co-founded. Big ups to y'all. Wish y'all the best of success. And that's just what that is, man.
That's what that is. So Roy, you killed that topic, bro. What we talking about next?
Next up, man, we got the platinum plan. Y'all heard about the platinum plan?
Oh, platinum? Top
You
and
heard about
bottom
the
row.
platinum plan? And I ain't talking Bud Ice platinum.
You ain't talking Powerwall either.
I ain't talking Powerwall platinum. I ain't talking Slim Thug already platinum.
Already platinum.
What we talking about then?
You must be talking about
platinum.
that Fly album.
I'm talking about the platinum plan that Ice Cube laid out for the president Donald Trump.
Oh, man, play this shit.
Chris, play. Hey, as Anthony say, as the boy Anthony say, play that beautiful beam footage.
They're gonna copyright shadows for that.
Welcome to the Griot Top 3, where we count down the top 3 trending stories of the day. And coming in at number 3, if you guys have been paying attention to social media, you guys are seeing that Ice Cube is facing backlash for working with Donald Trump on the Platinum Plan. The Donald Trump administration revealed on Twitter that they received help from Ice Cube in a tweet thanking him for his input on the plan. Now, just a quick background on the Platinum Plan. It's Donald Trump's plans if and some of those plans. Well, they revealed on Twitter that they received some help and some input from Ice Cube. Now, Ice Cube responded and said, "Facts. I'm from the CWBA. Both parties contacted me. Them said we'll address the CWBA after the election. Trump campaign made some adjustments to their plan after talking to us about the CWBA." Now, Ice is saying that he isn't endorsing anyone, but he is still not backing down from any of his claims, and Black Twitter will not let this up. You guys, I just have one quick message. Go out and vote. Yes, please go out and vote. Our voice matters. So make sure you guys go out and vote on this upcoming election. All right, you guys, and coming in at number 2, Will Smith revealed.
All right, homies.
All right, so there you have it. Hey, Black Twitter is a motherfucker, and I ain't even gonna front you. Black Twitter will eat you alive. But is he wrong? Did he do anything wrong?
Man.
Hello, nigga. I'm sorry, nigga, but Roy, nigga, you look like a black Dominican nigga.
Hey, I'm trying to go to them. I keep telling y'all boys to get. Hey, I'm keep telling y'all boys to get y'all passports and shit together. I'm trying to go to Dominican. Hey, what we talking about going to DR?
Man, passport about to expire. Waiting on these two motherfuckers.
Nigga, I got my child support quarantine, nigga. I go where the fuck I want to go, nigga. Shit, nigga.
Hey. Y'all better get y'all shit together, man. I'm going to DR without y'all.
Let me know, nigga. Go ahead, though. I just had to say that.
But this, God damn it. Either way, though, man. Hey, this my thing with this situation. Cube is Cube. OG from back in the day, right? Oh, all that good stuff. And he did an interview where he did in fact, the motherfucker on YouTube or IG or live or some shit. And he said some important things about this shit. First things first. Don't listen to no naysayers. Don't listen to no bullshit. Don't accept no rhetoric. Read shit for yourself. Mm-hmm. Get your own opinion about how you feel about things. Mm-hmm. He did say that. So that's one thing. Now, how you feel, you all probably know how I feel about our candidates coming up. So, in the course of having the fucking the Wolverine squad is trying to take me out, y'all motherfuckers, I'm gonna shut the hell up about who I'm voting for, even though y'all probably got a good idea. But as far as him working with Trump, now that's the motherfucker that's in there now, like it or not, right? Well, until y'all motherfuckers go out there and do these goddamn elections like do y'all vote like y'all supposed to get his ass out. That motherfucker in there right now. And while he's in there, Ice Cube is using the opportunity to make some type of change. Now, you ain't gotta like every motherfucker that you gotta deal with. We gotta deal like a whole lot of motherfuckers we don't like working with. But sometimes you gotta deal with them. Mm-hmm. If he have any possibility, any inkling to go in there and try to help in any type of way. Now, as far as this shit being called the Black Platinum Plan, I don't know who the fuck came up with that word. I don't know the details of it, whatnot. I just seen he gave his little input about the CWBA that he put out, but and they was doing something that to trying to mimic that shit in their plan and whatnot. But I think people saying that that nigga working with Trump is like, oh shit, fuck this dude. I hope they ain't going that far and actually reading into what the fuck is going on and what the fuck he actually doing. Cause they wasn't saying shit about Kanye. Well, fuck that. Fuck Kanye for going there talking to the man like that, making us like a goddamn fool. However, people wasn't saying shit when Kim was actually going there and getting some of these damn prison reform shits worked out and get some of these people taken up out of prison, even if they don't support them. So sometimes you gotta use all your resources, even though your resources you want to touch with a 10-foot pole. But you gotta use what you gotta use to make shit happen sometimes. And that's my opinion. Like I said, I haven't read into it deep into exactly what this plan is or whatnot. I just seen the shit that Cube said about it before he tweeted about, hey, he's with these motherfuckers. And a little bit about what's the after effect, but that's all I'm sitting there with that. So go out there and read. Listen to us now. Please listen to us and like it shit. And tell us what you think about it. And you grab your opinions off us. But this is my opinion from just reaching the shit. So that's just me now. I ain't saying for the other guys. So
that button.
Whatever side is on.
Yeah, whichever side that motherfucker on.
Hey,
but,
hold on.
That's my shit quick. Too.
Hey, Friday.
What's that?
Hey, turn your girl down something for you, bro.
Huh?
Turn your girl down.
My girl.
Alexa.
That lady.
Alexa.
Yes, Alexa. Two down.
Alexa down, bro.
Doing the music?
Yeah, turn it down some, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, turn it down some.
Hey, bro. I'll say this, man. So just so everybody can be clear, the platinum plan was the Trump administration shit. That's the label they put on it. Cube shit was something totally separate. So his shit is called the CWBA, Contract for Black America. So Cube had this shit in place well before Trump came out with this platinum plan shit. So if you look at Trump's platinum plan, and which I did before we came on, the shit is like in super small print. You can barely read it. You got to expand it just to see what it say. And all it does, it rattles off all of the things that he's done for Black people since he's been in office, which is all shit that can be contested, right? Like he gave 200 and something million to Black HBCUs.
He said he did more than Black people than
Abraham Lincoln.
Other than, yeah.
Right, but he donated.
If you ain't Lincoln, you ain't shit.
He donated 225 million per year for the next 10 years to all 105 HBCUs. Now, if you know anything about running a college, which none of us really do, but we all are college sports fanatics. Go Longhorns, go TSU for the HBCUs in Texas. You know, it takes more than 100 million, you know, to run a school. You know what I mean? Or I would imagine that it would take more than 100 million a year to run a school. So that's a drop in the bucket by comparison to somebody like UT, Ohio State, Oregon, all these PWIs. So really, did he really do anything for HBCUs? I mean, it's nice that he made a gesture, but what did you really do? Number two, and I'm just on the platinum plan. I'm gonna get to Ice Cube shit here in a second. Number two, the thing that he hit on what he did for Black America in his administration was he signed off on the First Step Act. That was criminal justice reform, right? That means anybody who didn't have anybody that was locked up on a nonviolent crime can now get paroled and be welcomed back to the streets. But what they don't tell you is
they get their right to vote.
There were Democrats in the House that had initiated that legislation. And they had been pushing that legislation for 2 years before Trump even took a look at it. before the Senate, the Republican dominated Senate and the Trump administration had took a look at it and signed off on it, which they did. So now let's talk about the CWBA, Contract with Black America. First thing I'm gonna say about Ice Cube, and I agree with you. We are too goddamn quick to write off our black people because they do some shit that's unconventional to our culture, right? So we just got through talking about Killer Mike, but what we didn't talk about with Killer Mike is Killer Mike sat down and had a meeting with the Georgia State Governor, Brian Kemp. If you're familiar with Brian Kemp, he's the one that pretty much robbed Stacey Abrams, a black woman, of the governorship. Why did he rob her of the governorship? Because at the time, he was the Attorney General of Georgia, and the Attorney General pretty much controls all the election policy in the state of Georgia. So when it came down to him barely beating her by a small margin, they went back and recounted the votes. She had won the popular vote in the state of Georgia. However, they couldn't account for all the votes that black people had voted for her. Why? Because there was some legislation which Brian Kemp has stood in the way of allowing those votes to go Stacey Abrams' way. What do they call it? Voter, it's not voter suppression. Voter suppression. Yes.
Yeah.
So they were closing polling stations in black communities early. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't put drop ballot boxes in certain communities. They wouldn't accept certain ballots. They were purging people off the voter rolls who were legitimately able to vote. But Killer Mike sat down and had a conversation with this man. We just got through talking about Killer Mike and what he's doing for black people in terms of finances. Are we ready to write Killer Mike off?
You gotta do what you gotta do now.
You gotta do what you gotta do, but we're not gonna write Killer Mike off because
he ain't gonna talk to us and make shit change. What the fuck we can do?
Right. But at the same time, as Roy stated in the last segment, Killer Mike is gonna be in the hood. Mm-hmm. Killer Mike is still gonna be having conversations with us. Killer Mike is still gonna be sympathetic and empathetic to our issues. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So are we gonna write Killer Mike off because he sits down with Brian Kemp? Now, to go into what the CWBA is talking about, and I sent you guys a text message of a screenshot of some of the shit. One thing that I think is really cool about that shit is what Ice Cube is proposing is every black child is born, you have daughters, Roy, you have sons, Aunt Fry, you got a child. Every black kid that is born starts off with a $1,000 bank account, and they get another additional deposit for each year of their birth.
And you know what?
This is what I think we got to get out of, dog. At the end of the day, dog, we have to talk to the other side. In order for shit to get right, we have to talk to the other side. Nigga, if it wasn't, bro, white people helped free slavery. You can't get mad at somebody because they go sit at the table with somebody, dog. That's what it takes. that shit trips me out. You know what I mean? It's like
all major players got to come to the table.
They got to come to the table. Now, what we talk about when we get to the table, that's a whole other conversation. But we got to come to the table. You can't get mad at somebody because they meet with somebody.
And see, Fry Daddy, here's the other side of it. Here's the other side of that story, right? So when it broke, this is how the story came out. The Trump administration straight up used Ice Cube. They used him. They used him for the black vote.
I agree with that, bro.
No. Hold on, wait a minute, because I'm explaining how it all went down. Ice Cube has sat down with the Trump administration to talk about policies that would help black people. Nobody had knew about that. But the Trump administration had leaked that fact out there because they trying to get the black vote. Now, going back to what you were saying, Fry Daddy, what people don't realize is we do got to be willing to sit down with any and everybody that's willing to hear us out. And normally 9 times out of 10, whether a motherfucker say, I'm not going to sit down with you, or a motherfucker say, okay, I'm going to sit down with you, you can tell when you sitting down in that room whether it's bullshit or not, right?
You're right. I agree.
Yeah, you can tell whether it's bullshit. But the whole fact is, you get a fucking sit down. Now, the part of the story that black folks didn't get out of that whole thing is Ice Cube said that he had reached out to both administrations, both candidates.
Right.
He had talked to Biden and he had talked to Trump. Trump sat down and had a conversation with him. Biden and them told him, we'll wait until after the election. When we get elected, then we'll have a conversation with you. This is the part that we need to get out of. We've been so conditioned to accept, okay, wait until this thing happens, wait until this happens, and then we'll see about this. Cube was saying, no, fuck that.
Right, we've been waiting.
Whoever's gonna put up, that's who I'm talking. And oh, by the way, Cube never told anybody who to vote for.
Right.
But you
just said he had a sit down and he proposed a plan.
You know what though? I'm looking at this at a different level. And it is true that it's almost like a play on the saying, you know, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer type deal, you know, and you got to sit down with people who you don't necessarily, especially when you're at the top and you're trying to make something happen and on a big scale or whatnot. I'm pretty sure, you know, you got drug dealers all over the world, right? And I'm pretty sure they got to sit down with some distributors that they don't really like. But they got a seat at the table. Business. They got a seat at the table because of their position, what they bring to the table, and it's business. You know what I'm saying? So you know, him sitting down with him and having that and laying that thing out or whatever, like, I ain't got no problem with it. And at the end of the day, like you said, he never told nobody who to vote for. Now, on the flip side of that, and what I'm looking at, and this is just how my mind works, I'm looking at this as the modern day start of reparation. That's what I'm seeing. The modern day start of reparations. Now, it got to start somewhere, right? Now, could they get all? Can they give us all 40 acres and a mule right now? You know, I don't know. They could have been there. Like you said, they could have been did that. Whatever. You know what I mean?
I think we still in America. I think we're still like, nigga, y'all had a black president. What y'all tripping off of? But I think we're still at that point.
I feel you. But looking at this and what is being put out there for every black child born. Now, what this could possibly do if every if every black child gets that, was it $1,000 and whatever dollars it was? I forget the exact number.
Yeah, 1,000 in the trust. It's
1,000 whatever, and then they get another deposit on each birth year or whatever. And I think I read by the time that they reached the age of 18 or whatever, what was the number, Chris? Like, it was 18. so many thousands of dollars by the time they turned 18. It was a significant amount.
So it says, this is Q's plan, the CWBA, federal funding of baby bonds. Passed federal programs providing every child with a government-funded trust account at birth, starting with a $1,000 contribution, as proposed by Senator Booker and Representative Presley, Ayanna Presley, Cory Booker out of New Jersey, Ayanna Presley out of Massachusetts. Account to be managed by the Treasury, and only those born into lower wealth families will receive a contribution each year up to $46,500 total. At age 18, access to the fund allowed, but use restricted to asset enhancing actions such as buying homes, starting business, or funding education. Hey,
All
bro.
right. Now stop. Let me stop it right there. Like we in church. I was telling you to read every time you came to it, like we was in church or something.
Yeah, I noticed.
Now,
yeah.
I know you noticed that,
Awesome.
right? I know you noticed that. You know they be read.
I got my Emmanuel funeral home fan with right now.
Hey, what this plan could possibly do is it can possibly be, and I'm saying possibly with an optimistic mind, it could possibly be the end or the beginning of the end of this generational poverty type thing. And what's the words I'm looking for? Help mend the monetary gap between people of color, Black people, and white people. Now, if by the time you turn 18 or whatever the amount it said, what was it, 46,000 or something like that? Yeah. 46,000 to have to start a business or do get into real estate, get into real estate or open your business or do this or do that with it or whatever, that's a lot, because a lot of people in poverty don't have that to begin with. I mean, shoot, you go to people will probably think it's a, they're doing whatever they doing, and they go to the club with $1,000 and they think they doing something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to get to a certain level in life, and you actually able to see that type of money on a regular basis, you realize that ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean? That's a so
right there. So like that really it's really gonna bridge the gap with the generational issues that we got being Black and being a people of color that's being put up on us. It's definitely gonna it's gonna mend that gap, man. And I just look at it as modern day reparation, and I think that it has a lot of potential. I just wonder if it's actually gonna get off the ground and when it's gonna actually come into play. And that's the other part about it. That's the other piece. It sounds good, but is it ever gonna actually get off the ground, get into play, and when is this gonna go into effect? It has a lot of great possibility and a lot of good things that it can do for the Black community. Because you know what? Because that 18-year-old that's making his own clothes, wearing his own clothes in high school, making his own thing or whatever, can take that money, and guess what? He can go to Greenwood. He can go to Greenwood. He got something behind him. He making money on his own.
I don't think
now he need a storefront. Like now he need a storefront. Now he can go to Greenwood, Killer Mike and them.
Okay, I see where you're going with it.
You know what I'm saying? And get what he need, because not only does he got that the young man or the young lady that did their background and they got their business plan and all that, but you know what? Hey, they ain't just coming straight off the street. They got some money behind them.
They got at least 46, yeah.
You see what I'm going with it? You see where I'm going with it? So, now they got a little bit more collateral with them.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, I think it's definitely a good thing, definitely a good move, like I call it, and that's my terminology. That's my term. That's what I call it. The mod is like modern day reparation.
It is.
That's a good way to look at it. And another thing, this is a part of the CWB, right? Not the platinum plan, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's CWBA.
All right.
CWB.
Yeah. So we make sure they get that shit written into that damn platinum plan. They call it. I will agree with. Like I said, there's a actually tattoo has that's a very logical way of reparations. However, I do see that the conflict of interest that shit will bring about though, because it's just specifying low income families, and even though motherfuckers do like to throw their nose up and shit, how greater they are, a lot of them are more low income than we are, way more than you think. AKA, you realize the more people on what's that welfare, Medicaid, draw Social Security, most of them are poor white folks more than it is us. We still got a poverty problem, but however though, they are the majority, quite coming the majority of that.
The thing about Q's plan is Q's shit is specifically for Black people, and
it just says low income families.
Right. But the low income families part is specifically for that 46,000 a year. Every kid is gonna get that 1,000. Now, whether or not the kids that are not low income get a supplementary amount every year that might be a little bit less than that 46, I don't know. That's something they're gonna have to go back to the table and figure out. Now, I agree with you, bro. That's something that they do need to discuss. I'll say this much here to go back to Roy's point about whether or not it'll get implemented or not. If Trump gets elected again, the fact that he sat down with Q and the fact that he got this platinum plan, and if he uses some of what Q's proposing in the CWBA, then we already know that this is for Black people, not minorities, not people of color, Black people, right? So after that, now we can say, you promised that you would do this for us. Where is the bill? Where is the legislation? You have it. Let's say that the Senate doesn't flip and become majority Democrat. Let's say it stays majority Republican, conservative. Now we press them and say, y'all said y'all would stand behind this. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think it's gonna make it through it like that because they're gonna come up with the same shit.
They'll come up with excuses.
All lives matter, good shit.
It's gonna be
only Black people benefit from this.
Yeah,
and all the flim. So I gotta feel it'll stop right there.
But they, you know what, Ant? You're absolutely right. I don't disagree with you on that. But now we have, because this is the first time that we have a bill that was drafted for Black people that address specifically Black people. Every other civil rights bill that we had that was supposed to be exclusively to protect and to help Black people had ended up being co-opted with other minorities. And that's how we ended up on the bottom of it. Civil rights bill co-opted women. Civil rights bill co-opted Hispanic. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, we started the fight. They didn't start the fight. So whoever starts the fight should benefit the most from it. We don't benefit the most from the fight that we started. We are the last ones to get all of those benefits of that legislation that we fought for. So at least with this right here, if they don't give us this shit, we can sit back and say, no, motherfucker, you didn't promise this to the LGBT community. You didn't promise this to low-income white folks. You didn't promise this to Hispanics. And that's no knock to none of those communities, because I think they deserve just as much as we do. However, we are talking about Black people, and that's the language of this contract, the language of Trump's platinum plan, or whatever the hell he call it, is exclusively Black. So now there's a precedence to say, oh, okay, remember Republicans said they were gonna do something specifically for Blacks. No, we ain't fucking with them. Now, but the other side of that is Joe Biden and them. Because they wouldn't even sit down with Q.
No, they ain't trying to hear it right now. They got bigger fish to fry
right now. And
they're trying to sell fly swatters and shit.
Yeah, this is the time that you want to hear it. With Black Lives Matter going on, protests all across the country, Black folks being murdered and shit like that. This is the time to say, okay, I've sat down with Killer Mike and I like his banking proposal. I want 1,000 of these motherfuckers across the goddamn country. And oh, by the way, I want you to come see these folks to get your loan. And oh, by the way, we're gonna invest federal money. We're gonna give them some federal grant money to make sure this Greenwood Bank is successful. You see what I'm saying?
I want them to buy out Wood Forest and Walmart.
You see what I'm saying? But that's the time for them to sit down with Cube and talk about this shit. They should have been talking to Cube, bro. They should have been talking to Cube. Biden.
Another thing too, I'm thinking about as well. Off a random thought, where the fuck is funding coming from if there was to give everybody $1,000?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that.
Cuts coming from somewhere, right?
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm glad you asked that.
Where
the fuck is
that? And then you talking about shit getting passed in legislation? You realize how bills get passed and all that good shit. They tap that shit to other shit, right?
Yep.
That's why your boss man don't want to goddamn sign that new little Trump check round 2 coming out. Gotta keep slapping shit on.
And you know what, Ant? That's exactly what I was about to say, bro. When you asked that shit, where are they gonna get this money from? I was about to ask you, where did they find that $1,200 that they gave us on the first round? They got it.
They can't find that.
But they got it.
They can't find it now. But I think about it though. How many times we gonna be popping up with babies around this motherfucker though? That's $1,000 per kid there.
Yes, but
we already kind of painted it off a little bit in.
But Ant, you also got to look at the language. You also got to look at the language of it.
I'm looking at that part too.
It goes into a trust. Nobody can touch that money. So,
but where the money coming from to get that trust, though, Charles?
Yeah, but you can pop
Where's
out.
Coming from, Willie?
Okay, you can pop out as many babies as you want to. You gonna wait 18 years, and how many goddamn babies you gonna pop out for 18?
Ain't the fact about me what I could pop up that I can't, because I apparently being the parent of these children is not going to benefit me except for the comfort knowing, hey, my kid got 46 grand to do something with their life with to start off with.
Right, but
that's my only thing.
But again, if you go back and look at the wording, they can only spend that 46 on. They're restricted to 3 different locations. To buy a house, to start a business, or to go to school. Nobody can, and the kids is limited. So I mean, there's protections, man. There's protections in place. There's securities in place. You know what I mean?
They're secure, but where these funds are secured from? That's what I'm getting at,
bro.
I understand. They on the ghost plan. Take their ass school, or they ain't getting shit. They on that ghost plan. So I did that.
Let me ask you this. Where the fuck did all that bailout money come from? The Bell GM and the banks, and they didn't get 1,200, nigga. They got billions.
This is a little place. This little place down south they got that from, like a couple miles deep. It's called Hades. Hell, somewhere they call them. Devil. That's where that shit came from.
Hey, bro. I think at the end of the day, bro, we can agree that the money is there. They got money to do all types of other crazy shit. We black folks make up what 13%.
Actually, did they take that shot of our fucking Social Security?
Oh, I don't know about that. I just know that. Okay, you restricted to those three different areas, right?
I agree. That's good.
Because you possibly purchase a house, using that 46,000, yeah, because that'd probably be a hell of a down payment, right? So I go to the school part. That's the part I'm focusing on. 46,000 for
3
school.
semesters.
But hold on.
How far is that gonna get you in?
About 3 semesters at Cedar Valley.
But hold on.
At Cedar Valley, you get 4.
You gotta look at what it say. It's not just 46,000. What they saying is
up to, that's your max.
No, lower income wealth families will receive more contributions each year up to 46,000.
Total.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that
46,000
on the
total.
18 they'll have 46,000. So think 46,000 times 18 years.
I'm thinking that means total till the kid turns 18.
I'm getting that is total. So like if I got a child, if this is passed and I got a child, by the time he or she turned 18, he or she got 46,000.
That's how I'm about the interest of the trust too and all that. Calculate.
Plus the interest of the trust or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
I think that's where the 46 is coming from.
I'm basing that off of. I understand it says up to, so I'm looking at that as the max amount per child.
You see, the way I'm reading it is up to 46 per year. I think the wording needs to be a little bit more clear about that.
I don't see the fucking government giving us fucking $46,000 per year, bro. Per year.
Hey,
that's a lot of fucking money, bro.
We barely making 46,000 a year. You gotta think about that.
You think they gonna give $46,000 a year, dog?
Hey, they barely want to give it to us.
Right. And listen, you gotta be as direct as fuck with a motherfucker like me, because I'm gonna look at this shit and say, hey nigga, I interpreted to say this. You need to be specific in your wording. And look, you can't say that black folks is not gonna look at it that way.
Hey,
they might, because you looked at it that way.
Man,
they might.
If I listen,
they might.
Hey, listen, hold on. Wait,
I'm gonna drop another plug. Another plug. People out there, get the damn kids to school. Keep them in school.
I got a better one. If you interpret it the way that I interpret it, let me know in the comments. If you interpret it the way that Chris interpreted it, you let me know. You let him know in the comments, and you tell me who interpreted it the wrong way.
Tell us who's right. Tell us who's right and wrong.
I'll say this. If you interpreted the way Ant and Roy interpreted, and then a motherfucker like me go and fight the interpretation for it to mean the way that I interpret it, and I end up winning, therefore you benefit because of my interpretation.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen with that. You're gonna go, because you're the damn rebel. You're gonna go and you're gonna fight it, and they're gonna tell you no, your interpretation is wrong. Just like when you go to administration and you come saying that, hey, instruction says this, and then that person in administration tell your ass, no, that is not how it's supposed to go. You gonna carry your ass. You gonna carry your ass with your damn tail tucked, and doggone, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So
I will, but they gotta tell me no first, right?
So
they gotta tell me no first.
So when your child turned 18 and they only got $46,000 in the damn bank, and your ass only get 2 semesters because your child decided to want to go to damn, I don't know. Let's just say UT. He or she don't want to go to a HBCU. They want to go to UT. Matthew McConaughey, UT. You know, and they only get 1 semester at that joint, and then they back at home with you. And then if you go and then I just wonder what the numbers is. You know, what's the average tuition at an HBCU per semester?
It's expensive.
Look to the rescue, Charles.
Probably more than a PWI, because it's private. Most HBCUs are private.
So there you go. So okay. And that's kind of what I was going to in the first, you know what I mean, when we first got going down this rabbit hole, we ended up going down.
Normally it is, okay, average tuition fees for a Black college HBCU is $7,000 for state residents and $14,000 for out of states. Average.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good, honestly. Shit.
So it ain't too.
That ain't too damn bad. Hell, I might shoot.
Hey, TV baby, here I come.
I might go ahead and follow up on my pharmacist dream, man. Shit, that's what it is.
However, though, one thing about it, to get those plans like that, there's one thing about it. Them motherfuckers are very, very stringent in They only take the best of the best if you're going for them upper education classes. I know, because my wife, she wanna get her nurse practice and all that good shit through HBCU. So to all the people out here that's watching and loving this shit, and they're all going to school for something better, for the love of God, that old C's get degrees bullshit. Hey, shoot for the sky. Like, do the best you can. Do the best you can.
Real quick, we got down the rabbit hole.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did.
I'll be back.
Was Q wrong for sitting down with Trump's people?
Nah, he wasn't wrong for sitting down with the Trump people, bro. I mean, Ghost sat down with the doggone with Jason. So I mean, and he ended up killing him. He didn't like him at all. You know what I mean? But you know, that's what he did. So, you know, hey, I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem with it, man. I ain't got no problem with it. But the last little piece, man, that I did want to put on it is, if this was to pass, you know, and like I mentioned before, I got a very optimistic type mind. I always kind of, you know, lean toward the positive out of all situations and stuff. Mm-hmm. If this is passed, I'm just looking at the possible effect it could have on the community as far as hope, the violence that goes on. I mean, you not that young people ain't had nothing to live for, but for, or if this does get passed, you know, that they didn't have nothing to live for. But this kind of give you a little bit more to live for. It kind of make you feel like, hey, if I make it at 18, shoot, I'm in the game. You know what I'm saying? So what effect would this have on the black on black crime? What effect would this have on, you know, the stuff that's going on in the hoods, in the cities and stuff like that? That's, you know, the predominantly black communities and stuff. What effect would this have if knowing that by the time you turn 18, that you could possibly have a maximum of $46,000 or more if you go with Chris's theory, or more in the bank?
Hey, look, bro.
Would you really be on? I mean, you know, would you really be on that BS?
You win either way. You win either way. With me, I know how the game is played, bro. So I know that you got to be very specific in how you word shit. But I understand that there's an authority. So when you go to the authority and challenge it, if you lose, then shit, you lose. But I think at the end of the day, whether you challenge the authority or not, it's a win-win. You see what I'm saying? Because $46,000, if it's just $46,000 at 18, or up to $46,000 at 18,
that's a lot of money for an 18-year-old, bro.
A lot of money for an 18-year-old, and you put controls on it by saying, "Hey, you can't touch this money unless I know that this money is going to housing, school, or you starting a business, and I need to see some legitimacies in all three of those, whichever one you choose to do." I think that it's cool because it takes all the burden and responsibility off the parent. Because think about what a parent's biggest concerns with their kids. What are they gonna do when they become adults? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta figure out student loans. Do I gotta push them in that direction? Scholarships. I gotta hope that they fucking smart. Are they done paid attention to school? So I gotta.
Nah, better yet, as what you know, most people of color look at. Hey, you gotta play tonight. It's gonna be some big scouts there, whatever. Pushing the athletics, pushing the athletics to get that scholarship or to get through college. And you know, it's just and I know I just took over your thought, Chris, and I apologize.
You good.
But let's just try to tie this thing together. So what I'm looking at is, all right. So you got Dion that just, you know, took over Jackson State, right? Mm-hmm. You got the Q's playing, you know, to give her that money or whatever. And one of the things that you can do with it is go to school. So what's the likelihood of that money? We just read what the average tuition is for a HBCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the chances of that money, people, black kids, taking that money, even the athletes who's going to school, getting that money, going to the HBCU, because the amount of the HBCU, the average, fits within that maximum 46,000. So now here I am, I could graduate within, a certain period of time or whatever. And, I think if I I ain't the best mathematician or whatever, but I think that if a person was to go get a 4-year degree, a bachelor's degree or whatnot, and take the whole 4 years, so per semester, whatever, I think that person, is that right on track for that amount of money? I ain't no mathematician, so
In
I
state,
don't really know.
let's say in state, you doing let's say you got a degree plan going for 3 years. Within state, that will for the 15, let's just round up to 15 grand. Get you 3 good years.
3 years, right?
3
And
good years. That's out of state.
possible, and it's possible to graduate with a bachelor's degree
In 3
in
years,
3 years.
especially a lot of high schools doing dual credit courses now.
Exactly.
And shit.
And
Our,
then
our alma mater did hell, they offering associates now.
Mm-hmm. A lot of schools are doing that now.
I got a little cousin.
yeah.
She graduated from DeSoto last year. Came out with associates.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at a possible uptick in the HBCUs.
Yeah.
Then one of the things that a lot of people of color do, they go to the military. You go to the military, do your little 4 years or whatever. You become eligible to use a VA loan or whatnot. With the VA loan, you ain't got to put nothing down. It's all paid for. But you know what? You go and you cop that crib for $250 or wherever you at. $250. I'm just using $250 as a general number. But now you done got this, and you got your pretty good interest rate because you're in the service, and you decide to go with whatever mortgage lender or whatnot. So your interest rate is decent. Then because that's one of the things that you can use that money for.
46 grand. Drop that.
You drop that. You drop that
lower.
46. You drop that 46 on that crib, and now you're able to put yourself on a 15-year mortgage.
That too.
Now you done paid the crib off quickly, or you done did whatever you done did with it. Made your whatever upgrades with it. Paid it off, and then you need a rental property or whatever. Now we possibly got our next real estate moguls.
Right, and you said something that made me think about it a little bit deeper. You join the military, you get your VA loan, you don't even touch your 46,000.
You won't touch your 46,000.
No,
GI Bill won't even touch it.
So you could possibly.
No. This is where I'm going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll that over to your kid?
Hey, that would be nice. But you know why I just went with it though? I went with it where, okay, yeah, you ain't got to touch your money for the VA loan, but you can purchase that crib. Then you can take that max amount of money that you might have, that max 46, and then you can go and get you a regular conventional loan or whatever other type loan to purchase your home without using your VA.
Because you can get that home on a VA APR rate. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna touch the 40, my whole thing is we setting it up for the future. So
exactly.
If I came out 18 years old and I got 46,000, I joined the military, I take advantage of VA benefits and give me a loan. I give me a government job, or I give me a nice job. I can cover my rent. I can cover my mortgage. Excuse me. Can I take my 46 and roll that into my child? So I got 46. My child gets 40. Well, shit. By that time, my kid ain't gonna
Right.
be low income.
Your child will already have their own 46 coming.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't think they'll allow you to double dip.
I think it'll go. I think it'll only be for that specific child.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I don't think you'll be able to roll it because if you have a child, that person is that child falls underneath it too.
The whole thing about it is they need to come to the table, and I think this is why people are losing the whole sight of why this was Cube shouldn't have got as much heat for sitting down with Trump that he did, because the way we sitting down and we interpreting some of these things, we don't know what that conversation was with the Trump administration, but what we do know is they at least entertained it. And if we had questions, you know somebody else is gonna have questions about some of this shit too. The fucking Biden administration wouldn't even entertain it. Now, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I feel like Biden probably should be winning this election right now. But these are the things that we gotta address with a Biden administration, with a liberal House, a potential liberal Senate, about what to do about Black people. If you won't sit down with us before you get power, what gives us the confidence that you're gonna sit down with us and entertain our fucking requests once you get power? And I think that Cube is taking too much heat for this shit, because all he's saying is, look, motherfuckers, I got millions. Shit, NWA, all my albums, fucking
barbershop
movies and shit. I'm good. I'm Gucci. This shit is for y'all.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else going to sit down and talk to nobody. They not.
And the funny thing, though, the key word,
ain't come up with no shit like this.
And the thing about it, they reached out to him. That's the key thing. Trump administration went out to him. He reached out to the Dems, and Dems weren't trying to hear that shit. Like, well, fuck it, y'all got me the plane ticket. Let's holler.
I'm still not voting for Trump. I'm still not.
Hey, I'm with you. I ain't telling nobody out there how to vote, how you feel, do what you do. But however, I think we may be on some constituents. The same too, probably. But
I think the biggest thing to take away from here is we can't be writing off our people because they do some shit that's unconventional to the culture. Like, we really need to step back and look at the bigger picture and see what really was going. And this man is not a Candace Owens. I mean, for God's sakes, this dude talked cold cash shit early in his fucking solo career about he made a song called "Fuck the Police," bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like you said, man, this the whole major thing. Don't like repeat again. Don't cut a motherfucker off short just because you just see the skin of the surface. That shit. You know what I'm saying? And do what I said earlier when we first started this topic. Get your ass out there and read something.
Read.
Education is key. Just how he about to fuck you out of 46 grand, you get your ass out of it. Learn to fucking read.
Ice Cube. I am the Ice Cube with this whole situation. I'm the one who's gonna fight for your 46 a year. Well, I want you to have 46 at the end of 18. I want you to win. Vote for me, baby. Vote for me.
Read and understand what's going on. Form your own opinion. If you get confused, I ain't gonna lie, I be telling these cats this shit work all the time. And if you're confused about something that you read, ask somebody. They may help you out. They help. Don't be scared to ask for help to understand something. And 9 times 10, it's gonna take probably like 4 people or 5 people to understand what the fuck's really popping off. It's something. Because the way lawyers be word fucking and all this other flammetry trickery. But other than that, man, I think we about to wrap this topic up though, bro. What y'all think?
Yeah, I think the last 2 topics we didn't beat into the ground.
We did, and we lost the man. Damn.
Yeah,
Man
we didn't
down.
lost him, man. Hey, at least he didn't pass out. He didn't pass out on the podcast.
Hey,
at
least
he had the audacity, and he had the wherewithal to go ahead and hit the end call button.
He cut the phone off before he passed out. Woo-de-woo. I ain't give him that break. I told him what was going down. He knew this camera gonna be rolling.
Hey, you told your mans that too?
I told him.
I'm gonna give Fry Daddy the benefit of the doubt, bro. I'm gonna say his phone died.
It could have.
I'm gonna say his phone died.
It could have died. Wait, we'll find out tomorrow.
Hey, no, hold on, Aunt. Your homeboy. Hey, listen. The feature that we got this week. Where's the feature that we got this week? Where is he from?
Oh, he a Yankee. I give him.
No, not Joe Boy. I'm talking about the one we had today.
Oh, he from the great state.
He a red-blooded Texan.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna put that smut on his name. I'm not gonna put that smut. I say the phone died. The phone died.
It is what it is.
That's your story. If that's your story, stick to it, man. That's the story. Stick to it. Hey, but guess what? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out tomorrow what really happened.
Believe that.
Believe that. Hey, Trill Podcast. Hey, for Friday Daddy, it's as trill as they come. Y'all seen it?
Hey.
Y'all seen it?
With the
trill as they come, man.
He got it.
Hey, listen, we gotta get Friday Daddy back on so him and Ant can have a Candace Owens debate.
Yes, but you know what though?
I think we may agree more than you think.
But you know what? You know what I was thinking about? What would probably be a good topic for us, man. I know it's gonna come down the line. Maybe we can do this, maybe the week before election day or something like that. But we might need to do a special on, the origins of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party.
Oh, this nigga asking for a goddamn research project.
That might be that. Hey,
I don't know why you worried. We know you can't read right now, so we ain't gonna have you do the research, Chris. So shit.
I can read. The interpretation is loose, and you can't tell me that.
See that part. That what got us fucked up in the first game.
I'm just saying that might be something that we might need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people kind of got it twisted on the origins of the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, and as far as who did what for Black people and who stood for Black people and all that kind of shit beforehand. But now,
who called Black people Black people?
So you want to do it
now? A lot of ties have changed and different things like that or whatever, and a lot of cross-pollination has happened. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That might be something that we might want to touch on at a later time, man.
It can't hurt. We see how, if anybody got a special phone call after Monday, we might make that happen.
I got you, bro. But hey, I think we didn't drove that one into the dirt, just like we drove Killer Mike into the Greenwood Bank into the dirt. But now it's time to get into this ignorant shit. And I ain't even really gonna call it that ignorant. It's some real life shit, and this particular topic touches kind of close to home or whatnot with the lawyer being from the great state, and if I ain't mistaken, and I think we gotta, we probably have to look it up or whatever, but I think the man did attend, what I call DeSoto University. I'm not 100% sure on that because I have been drinking this Hennessy VSOP, but I know we can probably fact check it. But I think that I think he did attend, but I definitely know that you know, my man resides in the D and all that kind of stuff. So, but we talking about this whole Black Youngsta lawyer thing or whatnot. The lawyers from the great state. And like I said, I believe, you know, he did go to the Soto. Like I said, I've been drinking the Hennessy VSOP. I think he is from the great state. I know we got a hell of a lot of mutual friends from the same high school. So, you know, I'm not even sure what year he came out or whatever, but just because, you know, that man is from the state and, you know, we do got them friends, you know, in play and did go to a lot of those friends did go to the same high school or whatever. I wouldn't call it ignorant shit. And this is, you know, and later on, as we get to getting on the dialogue with this, it's gonna, like I said, that one topic that we hit on, it's gonna come up again in this right here. It's gonna come up again in this right here. So Chris, go ahead and play that video of, you know, Black Youngsta and the boy Drew, man.
Situation that happened over the weekend while he was in Dallas, where he got arrested on like a gun charge or something like that. So Black Youngsta, he was speaking on how apparently some kind of attorney showed up that he hadn't even requested or anything like that. I'll let you guys check it out.
I know me, y'all know for a fact. Every time I ever caught a case, you ain't never seen no bullshit ass jank ass lawyer going up post no picture of me. I don't pay that type of income for no charge. Top you think I am? Real money. Who y'all want for that dumb ass? Come to the jail. Come. I say, your attorney don't want to meet you. He want to see you or whatever. I said, huh? My lawyer ain't even from it. So I said, I go to the front. Not to mention, I'm stuck in the little room and shit. I couldn't get out the room, so it really had me when I got in the room anyway. So I get in the room, coming up to he can help me. I said, look, bro, I don't need help. As long as I've been going to jail, you should already know I don't need no help. I ain't never been in need for no lawyer ever. I got the same lawyer from 15 years, bro. You feel me? So, and then, so he busts out. I said, man, look, if you want to help somebody, it's about 13, 14 of us in here, bro. Like, you probably can help one of my little something. I'll pay you for one of them, but I'm cool. I don't need you for me because I don't know you. They realized I ain't need his help and I ain't want his help. He looked at me like I was a crazy ass, dumb ass. But I'm looking at him like, my lawyer don't come see me in jail. You feel me? Like, so they just post that bullshit on Instagram. Yeah, I went for it, but I don't knock y'all because, you know, shit, I ain't here to tell my side of the story. But, you know, I feel like anybody got that on a case, they gonna lose this shit. And I ain't even just trying to say this to embarrass that man to make that man look bad out here. He made himself look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, by posting them lies and shit. As far as the picture, I can't do nothing but throw this up. I'm stuck in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm gonna throw? Peace sign? Man, get your wrong this clown. For real, the feds, you gotta be the police. How you was able to get in there without my request or without me, without the, like, where the you come from? Like, you gotta be the police, fool. I don't get that. I ain't never gonna owe me the truth. That's why you lied. I'm gonna post one more thing, right? If y'all go back to the time post that he came to help me, I'm gonna show y'all the post when this DM me when I was in jail, when he was telling me he would DM me and shit. He DM me while I was in jail, so I ain't have time to respond. It made the post list in probably like 30 minutes after he left from me. So I'm gonna just show y'all what type of y'all be dealing with in this world, bro. So y'all gonna get out there in Dallas. Cause I know Dallas got a lot of gangsters and shit, so y'all ain't in need for no bullshit ass lawyers and shit playing with y'all lives and shit, bro. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna post this last thing and I'm gonna be done with this shit. But I'm gonna post y'all how to be on that foo-foo ass shit, bro. Especially these attorneys, bro, cause they be black out. And we be trusting these cause they black, but these be on some whack ass shit. They be white in the inside, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with white folks, but they white in the inside. He was on, I don't know what he had going. He was out to keep me, not help me. I can tell you that for sure. So the police on my already.
So yeah, y'all can see in the video right there, Black Youngsta was speaking on the situation.
Well, fellas.
Hey, let me start off. And you a motherfucker with that goddamn text message you just sent.
The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth.
What'd you say? You can't argue with facts, man.
Hey, you can't.
Hey, but going back to the video, man, keeping met text messages in mind.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. It don't even much matter on when we play up to the video. That's the full episode, and that shit get chopped down in the clip anyway. Because you know I'm all about trying to make sure that whatever we use for monetization, it don't have nobody else's shit in there for copyright. So you good. You good. Ain't nobody gonna see that shit unless they see the full episode. So.
And I hope they do.
I know.
Hey, pop the whole thing in. You go to this work, pop this bitch in and listen. Put on the damn.
That nigga had me rolling. He had me rolling with that shit. But hey, but going back to the topic, man. So as I stated, you know, before that, you know, this whole systematic stuff and you know how we treat each other and stuff like that, I thought was gonna come back into play or whatever. This is my personal opinion. This is my personal thought on the situation. My personal thought. I feel like because I've seen the posts and stuff about the situation from the boy Drew and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga was out having a good ass time by himself with some friends and shit. The nigga got word that, hey, this is what it was. The nigga was down there in jail on some, you know what I'm saying, gun charges or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga was like, hey, let me go down there and let me see, you know what I'm saying, let me see what it do. So that right there, you know, it I feel like dude went down there with good intentions. And I don't think I know the man personally or whatever, but just because the nigga is where he from and you know what I mean, grew up where he grew up or whatever like that or whatever, you know, I don't see the nigga going down there with ill intentions. So nigga went down there, hollered at him. From the post that the man put on the book or whatever, said that, you know, hey, he asked him if he can be of some service or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then nigga even talked to the nigga Black Youngsta attorney himself, you know what I'm saying, in front of him or whatever, and found out what it was. The nigga ain't need no shit. They ain't need no help from him or whatever. I don't know if the nigga helped the other 13 niggas that was in jail or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, that right there, it did a couple of things. I mean, anytime you go down there and you go down and anytime you go to jail and or you take any type of photograph with somebody that's considered a celebrity, it's gonna draw interest. And other than the nigga 6ix9ine, that nigga Black Youngsta can go with the best of them with the trolling. The nigga Black Youngsta can troll with the best of them.
Oh, I heard.
Now, should the nigga have trolled the nigga the way he did or talked down on him like he did, you know what I'm saying, on the thing or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't think so. I mean, because why knock the next man, especially another black man that's actual, that done been to school to be an attorney. And from my recollection, from looking at, you know what I'm saying, the posts and stuff over there, the nigga is like 17 and 17 and 1 or whatever when it comes to criminal cases and stuff. So the man know what he doing. He know what he doing. So, you know, to talk down on the man like that in the man law firm or whatever, and, you know what I'm saying, say that, you know, hey, you feel bad or you feel whatever type of way you feel about the nigga being anybody attorney and shit, like, you know, that's just that trolling bullshit. The nigga never came out and said that he was Black Youngsta attorney. The nigga took the picture just to, you know what I'm saying, to let motherfuckers know that, hey, he wasn't capping about going to go see the nigga or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, the picture, that's a separate issue. Because the picture itself, anytime you take a picture with a celebrity, that shit gets misconstrued. It gets sent different type of ways. And what I think from Black Youngsta's mind, I feel like Black Youngsta was probably thinking, oh, this nigga came down here trying to chase some clout or whatever, trying to get, you know what I'm saying, his firm out or whatever, trying to get, you know, clout chasing or whatever. That's why he took the damn picture and shit and posted shit on Facebook. I think that's what Black Youngsta was going with. Or that's where he was at. Okay, the nigga had the same lawyer for 15 years or however long, 17 years, whatever. That's fine and dandy. That's cool. Niggas be like that sometimes. I mean, I don't know how young the nigga is to have a lawyer for 15 years or whatever, but you know, hey, if that's what he said, that's what he said. I don't know how old the nigga is.
So
right, 30.
Yeah. Yeah, if he's 30 years old, you can imagine, and it's Black Youngsta. He's from Memphis, Tennessee, so you know how they get down. You know how they function is, bro. So I'd imagine I take him at his word if he done had a lawyer for 15 years going to jail.
That's what the nigga said. That's what the nigga said, bro.
But
so
I kind of want to cut through this lawyer business with his lawyer. So come to find out, the dude name is Andrew Wilkinson. He's not a product of DeSoto U. He went to Cedar Hill High School. He's a graduate of 2005. I don't know if y'all can see the screen right now. I got his credentials pulled up via Facebook. Look like he went to Prairie View.
He's still from the crib.
Yeah. He from Dallas.
Let's put that out there. He's still from the crib.
He's from Dallas County.
We got a hell of a lot of mutual friends, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hell of a lot.
Yeah, we got I got 91.
Studied at
I got like 100 and something, bro.
Studied at
100 and something mutual friends.
School of Law. Got his Juris Doctorate JD in 2014. Former law clerk at John Clark and Associates in Houston. I'm pretty sure that's pretty cool. But one thing I wanna highlight is I went to his photos and I saw this. So apparently he had posted some shit on Instagram where he said, I heard the baby got warrant out in my city. Tell him to get at me. I'm ready to work. This is my thing. The last two segments, we've been talking about Black excellence, Black empowerment, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. The dude took a selfie with Black Youngsta. Maybe he did it for clout. I went and looked at some of the dude's pictures while we was talking. He seems to be like the type of dude that likes to brand himself. But as you were stating, Roy, I was also looking in my phone. I was looking at his record. Not saying he has an impeccable record, but he has a pretty impressive record.
Yeah.
And if you were to get caught up in some non-violent, petty fucking law-breaking bullshit, and you needed somebody to represent you to get you out of jail or to get the severity of the charge knocked down, it seems like this guy might be the dude to call.
And you know what? And let me interject right here real quick, Chris. And you know, I was looking at the shit on Facebook and all that kind of stuff, and you know, I seen, you know, saying a couple of people, you know, saying talking down on a young man and all that kind of stuff or whatever, and talking about how, oh, nigga, he got me 5 years, he got me 2 extra years on probation or whatever. Like at the end of the day, nigga, you committed the goddamn crime. All the nigga did is try to damn soften the goddamn blow. as much as he could. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now, Roy, now you talking about a whole different topic. Now you talking about owning the responsibility of what the fuck
I'm
you
just,
do.
I'm
That,
just saying.
that what you
That's
triggering it
that.
to.
I'm just saying. You
And
know
tell
what
you
I'm
that
saying?
that's true.
If a nigga, if a motherfucker is locked up off some bullshit like drugs or you know what I'm saying, gun charge or whatever, like that nigga wasn't with you. That nigga wasn't riding with you when you was toting that goddamn Draco. Nigga, you was caught with the fucking Draco. But now you want this nigga to get you out the damn jail because your motherfucking ass had the Draco in the car that wasn't registered, was just damn automatic. But you want this nigga to help you out. So, you know what I'm saying?
He wanted to do a type of dude like him. Not him exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? This nigga right here works his magic, you know, whatever, you know what I mean, using his education and his, you know, wherewithal in the legal system and all that kind of stuff in the courthouse or whatever. And this nigga gets you what he get, you know what I'm saying, get you out of jail or get you on some type of probation or some shit like that, or get you a reduced jail sentence or whatever. Like, nigga, would you rather have this or that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And from a person that then been in, you know what I'm saying, the system, the legal system itself or whatever, and all that kind of stuff or whatever, like, I got a pretty good idea of what these lawyers is for. Like, these lawyers is to help you get out of damn jams. You may not get all the way out the jam, but they gonna get you a little, their job is to get you a little bit further away from the jam to get you back to your regular lifestyle, your regular freedom. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you the one that did the damn crime, not him. You did the damn crime.
I'll be the one that really didn't do the crime, but the boy, I swear to God, them 12 people really think he did.
You right. You right. And that plays a part. That plays a part in the role and all that kind of stuff. But like you said, Chris, dude had an impeccable record. I mean, the dude record was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I just look at it like this, OG. I look at it like this. You got a black man. All right. If I'm moving out of state, right, and I get caught up in some shit, if I got a lawyer, the first thing I'm gonna do is call my lawyer. Okay. Yeah. However, if there is somebody in that state that I may not know what his record or what his credentials are or what all that is, but if he comes in and he can prove to me that he has the credentialing, then I'm gonna go ahead and say, why not? And I think Black Youngsta to a degree even said that I got my own lawyer. These people in here, I'll pay you to help get them taken care of, but don't worry about me.
Exactly.
And that's cool. But here's the other part of it that I think that Black Youngsta probably should have thought about. The man was and I'll give this to him too. This is his fault because he tried to finesse Black Youngsta, right? But at the end of the day, he was trying to brand himself. He's trying to brand himself, man. If you come to Dallas, if you somebody with a big name and you get caught up on some bullshit, call me. You can have your lawyer, but call me. I'll get you taken care of for the time being until your lawyer can take care of the situation. And
that's the other piece.
I'm not mad at that hustle. I'm not mad at that hustle, but I think Buddy went the wrong way about doing that shit, man. Like you can't finesse the guy.
And you know what? That's the other piece, though. The other piece of that is like from the post or whatever said, you know what I mean, asking, you know, if he could be of any assistance or whatnot. He knew he had a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Never said that he was even representing Black Youngsta. All he was trying to see is where he can do to help. You know what I'm saying? From being, okay, Black Youngsta, your lawyer don't visit you in jail. Mm-hmm. You said that yourself. All right. That means your lawyer's not here or whatever. Most likely your lawyer's not here. You ain't even from here. So your lawyer not here. Okay, but you locked up here. So, you know, it only makes sense to have somebody on the ground, on the ground here to work with. Okay, work with your lawyer back wherever you got your lawyer at or whatever to help you get out this jam. But at the same time, and that's what I kind of go back to. I ain't gonna necessarily call it cloud chasing or whatever, but there was a certain level of business vision with the action of going down there and taking the damn picture and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And would this even have been a thing if he would have even posted the picture on Instagram or Facebook, whatever it was posted? Would it have even been an issue? Would Black Youngsta have even responded if he'd have just kept it for his own personal, in his own phone without putting the shit out on social media, whatever? But that's, where you go back to the branding thing and all that kind of stuff, and and then to talk down on the man like this man credentials ain't what it is. And that's why I go back to that systematic stuff for us not being able to shop with each other, work with each other, trust each other, and all that kind of stuff. That's where that comes back up at. Regardless of, I mean, at the time, I would definitely argue that Black Youngsta ain't know the man's record in the courthouse. He didn't know his record in the courthouse when he made when he made that video. You know what I'm saying? So you damn straight up talking down on this man that got this almost flawless record in the courthouse. I think it was like 17-1 or 17 and something or whatever. Like it's 17 and one single digit is good to me. You know what I'm saying? So like to talk down on the man craft like that and talk, and discredit the man and all that kind of stuff and say that, and to say that, you feel sorry for whoever's this man attorney and all that kind of stuff, like that was definitely uncalled for. And it was definitely uncalled for, man.
Hey, what you think about it, OG?
I ain't a man of a lot of words, but I tell you these much words. Wrong is fucking wrong. And they both kind of had their own wrongdoing in both parts, just like both of y'all said. First of all, the dude came down there on some mark ass shit. Hey man, need some help? Sure, I got you. Hey, while you're here, let me take a picture of it. Cool. Yeah. All right. Throw on the ground. Yo, I'm helping this little nigga Black Youngsta right here, right now. False advertising like a motherfucker. You over there doing that Trump fake news shit now. That's what he fucked up at. Now, like Roy said, hey, that may have been no shit legit, good intentions. Hey man, you need help. He probably said, nah, I'm good. Take care of my peoples here. Even if he did say take care of my people, like, hey, nah, I'm good. Hey, let me get a picture with you. Yeah, cool. Now, I would be upset if he tried to use me for clout as well without, the proper advertising documents, since he is a celebrity, that tags along with royalties and foolishness and all that other goofy shit. But this, like you said, you just can't just slam a nigga like that straight up. Like, hey man, this whole ass nigga over here getting
especially when he ain't never said he was representing you.
Yeah, he never.
Nigga just posted a picture of being down there with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So one charge being the mark, the other charge going extra exposing the mark. That's basically what I see about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we've been talking about black excellence, man. Hey, old boy, man. Hey, that dude look very fucking familiar. I ain't gonna lie.
He do look familiar as hell, bro.
Hey, he's class of 2005, so he ain't too far behind us.
He is fucking familiar in some kind of fucking way.
And if you look at his Facebook profile, he has a lot of mutual friends that we got mutual friends with. Some of those.
Yeah, and a lot of the Soto mutual friends.
Yeah. So with that being said, understand though, then the Burbs part of it, Burbs ish. Now that then, but proud of the young man getting his, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing, holding it down. And there's a lot of big things. If y'all understand anything about Dallas, you know, sometimes back in the day, man, we had a whole lot of beef with the boys sitting under I-20 and the boys within the circle of 20 and whatnot. But that's little incidents like that. And
getting that I-20 ring down south of Dallas and Oak Cliff.
Yeah. So
the Soto Lancaster beef.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of beef around there. Like shit, we can throw beef tacos all day in this bitch with that. But and he pulled a really, as we used to call it back in the day, he pulled a real old suburb move right there.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. And just the repercussions of it. So
hey man,
come up with a better strategy, but keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep kicking ass in the courtroom. Glad you got your education, what you're supposed to have. But think before you post, especially with the shit you did with the baby. Now, Chris will put the shit on the thing. He might get your ass whooped behind that, but blame.
Hey, I'm trying to get him some promo.
But hey, I would. He did. So it's his fault. So either way, you're the lawyer. So
yeah.
Hey, you making more than I am right now. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, run up on them. Hey, put it like this. Run up on that motherfucking whoop his ass if you want to. I guarantee you're going to end up paying him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man.
I guarantee.
Read a book.
You don't end up paying
I can read a book and I can read law, but I ain't that good with it. I only got 3 arms, then after that, his hands. So.
Let me just let me just say this, man. Let me just say this. I believe Buddy Drew went down there on good intentions, but I kind of do see, and I can't help but to think about him thinking about the business opportunity that, you know what I'm saying, it presented itself or whatnot. You know what I mean? But I truly believe that he went down there on good intentions and stuff. And, you know, I think it was a situation where if he was dealing with anybody else, it may not have went down like this. I don't believe that a nigga like the baby would have trolled a nigga like this or went on social media like this or whatever. Because he never said he was his lawyer. Right. He just simply took a picture with him down there, whatever, and posted the shit on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Let's say Mark move.
Let me say this.
The way he presented it.
Can I say this though? Can I? I don't mean to cut y'all off. If you in jail, I don't give a fuck how famous you are, how regular you are. Ain't you gonna feel some type of way if a nigga take a selfie with you in prison? Or in jail? Or in prison?
I mean, he made. I think that, like I said, I think he went down there getting good intentions, and I don't think.
Like, I'm a little conflicted by it. Like he did,
but that kind of go back to that. Yeah. That kind of go back to that business stuff, that business end of it, of the business opportunity that it presented itself with, and people being able to say, "Oh, okay, so you do represent, or you have represented, or you can represent a certain level of celebrity."
This is what
in the whole thing.
And you know how easy it is to impress these young people. Like, yo, that motherfucker right there with the baby. Oh, that motherfucker right there with your thing. I'm going to call him.
I want to know, down there on visitation, what was that conversation like? And how did he get Black Youngsta to take that selfie with him?
He asked, hey, man, when I'm down here, you don't need nothing. What shit? I tell you what, since you don't need nothing, let me do this real quick for the fam, man. Hey, cool. And I'll say it's 1 second for the fan. The next second, it's all on your F bizzle and on your IG.
Do you think that Black Youngsta did that shit on purpose? Black Youngsta.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna let him take a selfie with me. But when I get bonded out, I'm going in on Twitter and Instagram.
Man, hey, that spells Black Youngsta though. That spells Black Youngsta, bro. He's the second in line of Troll King underneath 6ix9ine.
He works at 50. He hit 50 level though.
hey, 50's like the GOAT, and then you got 6ix9ine, and then you got Black Youngsta or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like Black Youngsta is Black Youngsta does this type of shit. You know what I mean? But I like I said, I think if he would have got anybody else, I don't think anybody else, you know what I'm saying, would have went to the extent that he did or whatnot. But, you know, we talking about Black Youngsta, man. This is the type of shit Black Youngsta do. Black Youngsta is a troller. He a shit talker. He do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, yeah, I mean, I feel like each of them, each person, each party got things that they should have did differently or should have thought about before doing it or whatnot, you know. And I just feel like, you know, hey, both of them ended up with the right one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know,
petty minor shit, homie.
I feel like it's petty. Like you said, I feel like it's petty. I feel like it's some minor ass shit or whatever. Like it's still money out there to get for both of them.
As they both advertising, they should fucking do.
It's still big clients out there for, you know, big clients for Andrew. It's still a lot of money for Black Youngsta to get out there. Like it shouldn't have been all that hating and, you know what I'm saying, talking down on each other type shit or whatever. Like that shit shouldn't have. I ain't gonna say that nigga Andrew ain't never say nothing. I ain't never read nothing to see what a nigga Drew said anything negative about Black Youngsta or whatever. But you know, for Black Youngsta to talk negative about the man like that and discredit the man credentials and stuff like that was wrong without doing his homework. I feel like if he did his homework beforehand and seen what the nigga did in the courtroom and realized what the nigga record was, he might not have said a lot of things that he said. You know what I'm saying? The troll could have went a different way. You know, so that's my thought on the matter, man. But, you know, definitely nigga Drew, you know, keep doing your thing, keep grinding. Hey, if I get in some shit down there, I'm definitely calling Drew. I'm calling Drew. So
the question
I take whoever got me.
Hey, I wish you had license where I was at right now, bro. I'm going through shit right now. Hey.
hey, listen. This is the question I got, OG.
Mm-hmm.
Who is first in line for slab bangers this week?
You.
No.
What?
Yeah, you. Hey,
people.
You mean you?
Hey.
You first in line.
All right.
Let's play them cool tunes there, Scott.
I know I went first last week, right? Didn't I go first last week?
You did.
Okay, so I know it ain't me.
If it's ain't me, I went second.
If it's
so damn, that is left with you.
If it's on me, then it's on me, OG. If it's on me, then it's on me.
So go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see how pick that floor again.
Blow your dust off your crates, off your CDs.
Hey,
blow your dust off of them.
I'm blowing the dust off the crate.